I think it's so funny the fans blame me.
Do
Because
they really blame you? I thought
apparently I like
It was your
convinced
fault?
her. I convinced her to like leave her dream job.
Yeah.
For
I'm
just
guessing
for
you-
being just me
I'm
to be at
guessing you
home.
didn't do that.
No, I said you better quit and you better stay at home and take care of the kids and clean the house,
Hell yeah.
woman. I'm gonna go make the money.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. It is Rasslin. Rasslin rides again. Rasslin, the #1 professional wrestling podcast in this room currently. And we have a guest today.
That can't be true.
We do have a guest. You're a guest.
No. The #1 wrestling, there's no way that's real.
This is #1 wrestling podcast? In this company, it is.
Okay. How many are there
Well,
in Barstool?
huh?
How
It's
many?
not that big of a deal. You know, numbers are numbers. You
Got
know,
it.
Meltzer,
Yeah.
we can make ratings look any way we want
That's
to make
true.
them look.
My boss hit my line with an angry text saying something about B90X. I said wrestling. I'm going to wrestling. Then my phone blew up with a couple of alarms.
All right, hello, hi. It is Rasslin. Yes, that is wrestling. What was that? What was that gimmick?
Just a point.
Okay, like that?
Yeah.
All right.
You were
It is-
going, so I was like,
We're going.
yeah.
We're going. It is Rasslin, your favorite thrice quarterly wrestling podcast. Thrice quarterly wrestling podcast as of now until college football season ends and I can get away from college football and get back to wrestling where I want to be. Anyway,
Not complicated to say at all.
hello, Ricochet.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Do you realize you're way overdressed for this place?
Man, this is underdress. This is normal every day.
This is just how you're living right here?
I wake up and I put a suit on and go to Walmart.
I buy my suits at Walmart.
I brought all my Dale Earnhardt merch.
I wondered why do you have a bag for this?
No, I brought all of this in the car
Yeah.
separately. Yeah.
You carry it like
Carry it, no bag.
Yeah. How you been doing? Good?
Man, I've been so good. I can't
Yeah.
even complain at all.
Well, you've been at AEW, what, 2 months now? 3 months?
2 or 3, yeah, not very long at all.
Started at All In or All Out?
All
In.
In.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In London, right?
Yes.
Thunderous applause.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How did that, whenever you either go company to company or whenever you return or something,
Yeah.
does it go through your mind, all right, are they going to be happy to see me? Or are they going to be,
Yeah,
are they going to know
absolutely.
who I am? Was there any doubts for you that you're going to be welcomed?
I wouldn't even say it was doubts, but it definitely is like, man, I hope that they enjoy it. I hope that they receive it well.
Yeah.
But I got so lucky. It was so awesome. It was so cool, and the ovation was unbelievable.
But at the same time, is there a little bit of ego feeding you like, hey man, it's what you were born to do.
Yeah, of course.
Walk out there and own it.
Absolutely. And that usually happens like right when you walk through the curtain.
Yeah.
At least for me, I know everybody's different, but I always say like as soon as like I walk through the curtain, like that's when Ricochet really kicks in. Like that's when like I'm a whole different person, and that's when like the nerves or whatever that you start to feel kind of just dissipate, and you just go into you go into work.
Is it the music hitting, or is it seeing the fans for the first time, or is it a combination of everything?
Maybe seeing the thing, because you walk through the curtain, you don't even really see people at first, but then you
Yeah.
step out through that tunnel, because AEW's got the cool tunnels.
Yeah.
So you like step out through the tunnel, and then like it's slowly you start seeing everything as you come out through the tunnel, and then you just start seeing all the environment and stuff, and you just kind of lock in. It's awesome.
Well, grade your experience through 2.5, 3 months now.
Me personally, it's been great. It's been nothing but an A. Again, I just had the match against Takeshita at Full Gear, and that didn't go my way. Again, circumstances. People tend to cheat, or they tend to bend the rules against Ricochet every single time. No one can just go out there and beat Ricochet. But other than that,
I have a question.
yes.
Then this is just me and you talking, right?
I like the
we're,
end up.
we're just spitballing.
Yeah.
If Ricochet goes out there, and every time he wrestles, the opponent has to resort to cheating or underhanded tendencies to beat you. Have you ever considered some cheating or underhanded tendencies?
Because
Because I would.
obviously, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
You do, but then like in the moment, it's like I don't want to.
You're too good of a person. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't even want to say like it's like a good like the goodness comes out, and you're like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. I don't know why. Even it's but definitely you have those thoughts. You have those dark thoughts all the time, because it's like, man, like why do I always got to be the one to take the high road? Why do I always got to be the one to not push the boundaries a little bit? But the older you get, the less that kind of starts, and the more you kind of do start thinking, maybe I need to do what I need to do to get to where I want to get, just like everybody else has been doing. They don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, it does start to creep in there. Maybe I do need to start.
I often have dark thoughts enter my mind too. Like when I'm at home, should I eat that third box of donuts?
Eat it, bro.
Eat it every time? You haven't eaten a box of donuts in 15 years.
I eat donuts.
You do?
I eat donuts.
You eat donuts.
Well, I like.
You've got abs.
Chocolate Long Johns. Well, it's about calories in versus calories out. Then I go do boxing for an hour. And
is that what you do? I've been boxing.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just with
great
Just
cardio.
bang,
Yeah, just the bag, speed bag. Yeah, it's great cardio.
Yeah. I bought a heavy bag. I'm excited.
Yeah, I have a heavy bag right in my garage.
As soon as I get it out of the car, it's gonna be it's gonna be awesome.
Just too heavy.
It's too heavy. Yeah. That's exactly right. That's probably the best named thing on earth.
Yeah,
it's a heavy bag.
It's a heavy bag. It's gonna stay in the car for a little bit.
We'll get to it. When we get to it, we'll get to it.
Eventually.
So as we sit here right now, it is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I don't know if I can find a producer to put this out. And I actually don't know what camera I'm looking at. So I think I'm looking. Let me see. Oh, it's that one. It's that one. Yeah, it's definitely that one.
Yeah.
Hi. Anyway, as we sit here, it's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. AEW is in Wintrust Arena tomorrow night.
Yes.
You're in the Continental Classic against Claudio Castagnoli, who's been a real son of a bitch lately.
Yeah,
just a real asshole.
I've seen what he did to Darby Allin a couple of times.
Yeah, he's doing it to everybody too. He's just
everybody.
Him and his whole group. They're just pieces of shit.
Yeah, they're
your thoughts?
Through everybody. Yeah, they're running through everybody. I hope it's just Claudio out there tomorrow. I hope I don't see any more of the Death Riders, because even just like with a pissed off Claudio, your chances of winning are already slim to none. But he's been a guy that I've been in there with multiple times, and that's in the Indies, wherever, and here now. So it's a guy that I know very well, but at the same time, he knows me very well too. At the same time, so it's definitely going to be a challenge. And again, but like you said, this is a new pissed off Claudio, so who really knows what his mental state is going into this match?
Are you you've taken the giant swing, of course, the swing?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. What's your record? Do you know? Did you count?
I didn't personally. It's probably like 20 something.
20 something.
It's not. I know he did like 100 one time, but this is a different Claudio we're talking about, so he might just swing me all the way out of this world.
Talk to me like I'm 5, okay? When the swing ends, how long is the dizziness? Seconds? Minutes? Ever? Do you know how to get swung? Are you good at getting swung?
I feel like, luckily, I will say,
I would die in seconds.
I will say, luckily, I've been like flipping my whole life,
That's
spinning,
right.
And my equilibrium has kind of taken, all of that on. So I feel like for me, it probably would be less than some people, but it definitely is disorienting.
Yeah.
For a couple seconds afterwards, because through the whole thing, you're just seeing nothing but spinning. And then afterwards, you're trying to collect your thoughts, but he's European uppercutting you to outer space, so you don't really have time.
I want to ask about the move to AEW, because obviously,
Absolutely.
I mean, there's no hiding it. You in WWE for several years, successful over there. When the time came for you to make a decision, you made the decision to go to AEW. Looking back on it, was that the right decision for you?
I personally think absolutely. I think I made the 100% correct choice, and it's been amazing so far. And just being in the back with the boys and talking to Tony, and really being able to go out there and start to tell some stories and really get the people involved, I think has been awesome so far. And like you said, it's only been 2 months, maybe 3, maybe. This is literally just the beginning. It's just started. So there's still so much more to happen. There's still so much more story, so many more matches, so much more to do. And I came here because, everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to win the championship. And I had my chance, and it didn't happen yet, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen eventually. But I 100% am so happy with the decision I made.
Your style of wrestling, what do you call it?
Jackie Chan style.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I always kind of base. I've done a couple of these today already, and when I talk about my style, I always try to think like, okay, what would Jackie Chan do in this situation? Because he would find some cool way to get out of that, or he would find some cool way to get into whatever he's going to do. And I feel like that's a lot what I base of my offense on is counter punching, kind of like Jackie Chan.
Now, Jackie Chan, was he a wrestler, some sort of football player? Who's Jackie Chan?
He is.
I'm just fucking with you. All right.
He was a drunk, but he was just really good at karate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a great way to describe anybody. If I could be a drunk and great at karate,
He's
like,
really good
I can't fight you right now. I got to get drunk.
Especially as he got drunker, he was getting even better at karate. Yeah, so that was always my inspiration. Just get drunk and do karate.
What are you doing on Friday night? Just a little drinking, a little karate.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
I'm gonna practice.
Who knows what's going to happen? That sounds
karate
like a
chops
long
and karate shots.
time. All the flipping, all the twisting, all the turning, all the stuff, all the crazy things you do. You ever got up on that top rope and been like, I don't want to do this right now?
As I get older,
yeah,
that starts.
Well, it's the second time you've said that, and it's starting to make me a little mad.
As
You're
I
not
get older.
You said older. You're not old at all.
But I'm getting older.
Older than you were.
Yeah.
But you can't say older until you're like old. I'm getting older.
But
that dude on the couch from AEW, he's getting older. You are in the prime of your life.
Yeah, but I'm still getting older, and I've been doing it 21 years. 21 years I've been taking bumps.
Everybody's been getting older their entire life.
Absolutely.
I'm older now than when we started this interview.
Not everybody has been taking spine busters from Bobby Lashley.
That dude.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a bad motherfucker right there.
Yeah. So, but again, I'm 36 now.
Yeah.
So, as the age starts to increase, man, getting up there or just doing it, like you get up there and you're like, man, I hope this works. I hope, and sometimes you are sore, you are tired. You get up there and you're like, man, hopefully I hit this so I can pin this guy so I can get to the back because I'm hurting.
You're young enough to still you're very prime, still a future star, really. You're young enough to be that, but you're also been around long enough to be a grizzled veteran of this business, and especially like looking around at AEW and seeing what you got. You got young guys, you got older guys, you got extremely older guys who are really still in the prime of their career. When you look around AEW, who are some guys that stand out to you as like that's fucking professional wrestler right there. That guy's got it going on right now.
I mean,
besides yourself, of course.
Besides myself. Obviously, you got someone like Claudio. That guy is, he's a definition of it. You got someone like, also in his group, unfortunately, Pac. Pac is another guy that you look at. You look at, obviously, you got your Will Ospreays. Even Takeshita, unfortunately, even though he decides to have Don Callis give him all his info and be under the tutelage of Don Callis. Yeah. He's still, at the end of the day, is a very, big force to be reckoned with. And I mean, I could keep going on. But yeah, I think there's a lot of guys at AEW that represent that pro wrestling mentality.
Can we talk about spray tans in wrestling? Because I think some guys need lessons. They're not very good at it.
And it's all over. It's indies, it's WWE, it's AEW, it's everywhere. Apparently, people can't put the spray tan on the night before. Yeah. And then wash it. They have to put it on right before their match.
Do y'all have a booth at AEW, like a car wash?
No,
where you walk through it?
Do you just go into the locker, the showers in the locker room, and if you just look at the floor, it's like spray tan city.
Really?
Yeah, because they just go in the.
Oh, I can't wrestle tonight. I slipped on some spray tan.
And then it gets all over your gear. It gets all over everything.
Tell me about Tony Khan. I know we could talk in depth about other places you've worked, maybe how bosses have talked to you, or I don't know. But I want to talk about your current boss, Tony Khan.
Absolutely.
How's that going?
It's awesome. It's amazing. I love the type of personality that Tony is. I love the energy that he brings. I was just saying earlier, you can just, if you hang around Gorilla, especially after
Gorilla's been dead for a while. He died in 1999.
Gorilla position.
Okay, sorry.
But if you just hang around at all, especially after someone's match, if you just listen, you can just hear Tony yelling. Yeah. But it's compliments. It's like, oh, that was so good. He was like, that was so good. It's so good. You did great. You're good. You're okay. That was awesome. He's like, but he's just screaming at the top of his lungs, compliments at everybody how good they did or how much he enjoyed it.
Tony is the most mild-mannered guy, but when you go to an AEW show, and he always comes out between Dynamite and Rampage or before, he's like, does everybody like wrestling?
But he loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it. And when I first talked to him, I felt that energy, and I was like, I do love wrestling. Yeah. I do love it. Yeah. And so it's awesome. I love his energy. It really helps me and picks me up. And really everybody enjoys talking to him, and everybody enjoys having those little Tony moments.
Mm-hmm. 3 matches right now, I say, in 2025, Ricochet has to have these 3 matches in AEW. Who are they?
Ooh, wow.
3 matches.
2025.
Mm-hmm.
I
believe that's our next year. I haven't really checked the calendar lately.
I think
you want a multiple choice?
Swerve is
yes,
in the contest.
Yeah.
Swerve and I, we've locked up a bunch of times, but not in years.
Amazing
We've
professional
both
as well.
evolved as performers. Yeah, he's amazing. So Swerve is definitely in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like MJF is in that conversation.
Real piece of shit.
Real trash human being.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I need to get in there and smack him in the mouth a little bit. I feel like everybody wants to get in there and smack him in the mouth a little bit, though. And if I could really, I don't know how long he's gonna be doing it, but I feel like Bryan Danielson is somebody who I've never got to really, get in the trenches with, but he's somebody who I feel like we would have a banger.
Can I tell you some things as an AEW fan?
Absolutely, please.
I've enjoyed recent shows and everything. MVP and Lashley and Shelton Benjamin got the thing going. The Hurt Syndicate, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing that, and I know it's crossed your path a couple times, right?
They like to sneak up on me, and they like to intimidate me a lot.
Well, let's talk about it, because I think you could do good business with them. They're pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, It's
wrestlers in suits. It's always the coolest thing. Like, look at you, wrestlers in suits.
Come on, I do look, but that's like a delicate situation because of our past, and literally they terrorized me throughout the entire pandemic.
Yeah.
That's
in the past. COVID's done. Yeah. Let's go forward.
Yeah. So, as much as I feel like they do want what's best for me, I feel like they want what's best for me by force.
Yeah.
And so, but they
really want what's best for them.
They want what's best for them.
Isn't that everybody?
It is. It really is. And at the end of the day, you can't blame them for that. But I think there are some. I do think there's some things that I could learn from the Hurt Syndicate. But it's maybe how to hurt people, really.
Yeah.
But
I bet hurting people's awesome.
I'm usually the one getting hurt.
Yeah.
So I bet doing the hurting is awesome.
So I was never a big fan of I've always been back in the day a WCW/WWE fan. Was always both big companies, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then later a WWE fan, and then an AEW fan when 2019 when it started. So I've never really been a big. I don't go to Japan to watch stuff. I haven't watched a whole lot of indies in my life. However. I don't know what year it was, but the internet blew up with you and Ospreay that one time.
Like 2016.
2016, yeah. And I remember somebody DM'd me or texted me and said, "You got it here, YouTube link. You got to watch this." And I watched it, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?
Yeah,
that's the coolest shit I've ever seen."
Thank you. Some people think it's dog shit.
Well, some people are assholes.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people think Cody Rhodes sucks, and some people think John Moxley sucks, and some people and they just want to be negative bitches online. I don't give a shit what they think.
Dude, it's so true. You're so right.
And anyway, I said that story to say this. I saw that, and it just opened my entire mind up to an entire world outside of that.
That's
are you still living off that? It's a hard word to say, but are you still 8 years later, still you still get fans coming up like, wow.
Oh man, yeah.
Because I know you're in the same company now, and people are dying for it, right?
Honestly, it's crazy. Between that match, Lucha Underground, and just Dragon Gate, and little things people, they're like, man, I watched you back in 2013 when you did this, but that match specifically, yeah, I think will always be up there as far as stuff that people come back and try to reminisce about, because again, like you said, it was so. What's just funny, because me and Ospreay were just kind of doing what we do. We weren't even thinking let's change the world with this match.
Yeah,
we were let's just go out there and have some fun. We're the main event of Cork and Hall and the Best of the Super Junior, so let's try to give the fans what they want. And again, with our style, with me and Ospreay, I feel like we're very, very similar. Probably me and Ospreay more similar than any two workers in the business right now, maybe ever. But it was just something we wanted to go out there and give a good match. But the reception that it got was so crazy, and it really helped take us to the next level. And I'm so happy with it. I'm so glad that people still remember it. I'm still glad that it gives them good or negative feelings, because that's what you want to do. You want to evoke emotion out of people, and you want them to feel the feelings of whatever they're going to go through. So I love it.
Did you know the second it ended that, all right, that was really special, or did the internet response take you by surprise?
No, again, when it finished, you get to the back and you're happy with your performance, and you're happy with the match, and you're happy no one's hurt, and you're happy you get to go home safe. But again, we had no expectations of what the aftermath would have actually been. Yeah. So to get all that was pretty wild. Again, especially because we weren't going in thinking we were going to change wrestling's landscape, but we just tried to have some fun. But looking back on it, I'm so glad that we did. I'm so glad that we did what we wanted to do, and still continuing to do what we want to do, how we want to do it. And despite what people think, like, it's not going to change. I've been doing this 21 years, and for 21 years, people are telling me I need to change my style. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here doing an interview on Barstool Reports wearing chains and stuff because of my style of wrestling. Right. So, like, obviously, someone made the right choice, and I don't want to say it's them.
Is it still the biggest and best match of your career? Or do you ever?
It's one of the most talked about for sure.
Have you had matches better than that nobody's ever seen? Or few people?
I mean, yeah, probably. There's a whole bunch of Dragon Gate matches that I feel like I've had that were so good that I don't know if people will ever really get to see. The match I had with Rey Mysterio, Lucha Underground, was awesome. It was like life-changing for me, basically. Mm-hmm. Man, but I mean, I think that one will definitely be in the top 3 matches, most talked about, most reviewed, most gone, looked at. I think it will definitely have to be up there just because of the attention that it got from everybody.
Will we see it again?
Absolutely. He and I are in the same gold. We're in the Gold League, so we're in the same block for the Continental Classic.
There you go.
And obviously, Takeshita, the piece of crap. Yeah. He ruined our last one. Yeah. He ruined our last one. So hopefully this one gets a definitive victor, because I think that's what a lot of people were wanting. That's what I was wanting. I know that's what Ospreay was wanting. We wanted a definitive, I'm better than you, you're better than me. That's what we want. And Takeshita kind of ruined that. So we get that at the Continental Classic.
I have an idiot producer on the show who I don't think went to high school. Oh, no. He's just one of these New York idiots. Anyway, he wrote out a bunch of questions, so I'm going to read some of his questions now. And again, this guy's a moron, okay?
I didn't say that. I don't believe it.
His name's Nicky the Good on Twitter.
Nicky the Good.
Say Nicky the Good is a moron. Just please look in the camera.
I don't think I can't say that. I don't know Nicky the Good. I think he's a good guy.
I'm asking you as a favor. Nicky the Good's a moron.
He thinks Nicky the Good is a moron.
Okay, all right. Well, if you're not going to play ball. Anyway, here's some of his questions. Always wanted to ask, at NXT Brooklyn versus Adam Cole, you hit this move where you did a backflip off the second rope, and Cole hit you perfectly with a super kick to the face as you were upside down. Yeah. Did you have to practice that, or did you say, this is what we'll do, and it'll work out?
I went to hit him with a springboard moonsault, and he kicked my face off. That's what happened. Yeah. I saw my opportunity to do some damage.
Did you ever think, I'm going to do the springboard moonsault, I hope he doesn't kick me in the face during it?
I was not thinking that, because I didn't think he was going to kick me in the face, which is why he kicked me right in the face. It was perfect, too. If you pause it. Yeah. Right in my face.
It's perfection.
Yeah. Yeah. That was Adam Cole.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's see. What are the other questions? Has there ever been anything you pitched that you would like to have gotten greenlit that hasn't gotten greenlit? Ever been like, hey, company, I'd like to do this. Oh, I can't do that? Shit.
I mean, here so far, I'm so brand new here. Like, so far, everything has been going great. But, I've seen so many guys pitch things. I've been a part of pitches. I've seen people walk in. I've seen and it just not happen. Or I've seen people pitch an idea, and they'll be like, yeah, that actually is a good idea for this person. So, and then they take that idea and they give it to this person. Or so I've seen it so many times. So, I can't think of anything specifically, but I know me and Ali, when we had our little thing on Main Event for a while, we actually pitched that. Me and Ali were the ones that made those little promo videos back and forth to each other. We're the ones that did all that, and that they kind of let that go. But it was Main Event, so they were like, we don't care.
Yeah. They're just kind of like do it. And,
But then even then, like our big last match, me and Ali were gonna have like a 2 out of 3 falls for the whole hour of main event.
Yeah.
But then at the end, that kind of got taken over, and they told us we had to do it a specific way. And the
12, 20.
No, the timing was the same, but like we had to do the pin, we had to do this, we had to do that, and we're like, this isn't what we want. Okay.
I told you this guy who wrote these questions for me is a moron. This is the legitimate question he wrote.
Oh man.
He wrote Samantha Irvin. She's great.
That's a lovely question.
That's not a question, Ricochet. That's simply a statement. That's all it is.
You just had Samantha Irvin in
it.
I stopped listening after that.
It said Samantha Irvin, she's great. Fans were angry when Samantha left. Some of them blame you. It seems like she was universally loved and appreciated. Mike O'Donnell's the best ring announcer since the Fink. And he still hasn't asked the question.
There's no question.
She is great.
I think it's so funny the fans blame me.
Do
Because
they really blame you? I thought
apparently I like convinced her. I convinced her to like leave her dream job.
Yeah.
For being just me to be at home.
Didn't do that.
No, I said you better quit and you better stay at home and take care of the kids and clean the house,
Hell
woman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go make the money.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah. No, she said I don't really like doing this specific job, and I'm obviously not gonna get the opportunities that I really want.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna step away because I wasn't. I was born to be an actress. I was born to be a singer. I was born to be a character and not just be. Like her identity became ring announcer.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where she was like, oh man, I like playing that role. It was a great role to play within the company, but I want to evoke more emotion out of people in other ways.
But at the same time, the fans, whatever misguided notions they might have of her, is born from a love and respect for the job she did.
Well, I told her, I said, it's really your fault. I was like, because you kind of broke tradition.
Yeah.
I said, because
she was too good.
I said, well, look at Fink, look at Lillian, look at even Rome, look at other guys. Like they were there for 20 years apiece.
Yeah.
She was there for like 4 years and really got them involved, and then said, I'm out.
Yeah.
And people were like, wait.
That's not how it works. Yeah.
Wait, you're supposed to be here for 20 years. What are you talking about? You're not supposed to leave right now. What are you Ricochet must have convinced you to leave because he left.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, she just didn't enjoy that specific. And I will say, I do think me leaving was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back. It wasn't the deciding factor.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a couple of things that because again, she was thinking about it. I want to say like last year WrestleMania, maybe she was like, this is the pinnacle. I'm done.
Yeah.
And so I think that's when she kind of started it. But I will say, I think maybe me leaving was kind of just a straw.
Yeah.
It wasn't
another factor to throw in the pile.
Yeah. I don't think it was her main reason, but I do think it didn't help.
Yeah. And
also me convincing her to leave and telling her to stay home.
Stay home and clean the house. Yeah. That's what I do to my wife.
You better be at home cleaning right now.
Yeah. That's what I say to my wife too. Yeah. And I would say that even if she hadn't left me 2 months ago. Prince Puma. Who was that guy? Can you talk about? Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah.
Who was that guy? Can you talk about your time in Lucha
Mexico
Underground?
Now.
You've already talked about your Lucha Underground time, but Prince Puma. Who was that guy?
He was just a guy from Boyle Heights.
Yeah.
Who, he
Speaking of can I talk to you about something?
Oh.
Your build is being from where?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas, Nevada. You've been billed in the past as being from where?
Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah, Kentucky. Where are you from?
I mean, I guess. Look, what does that? Because people ask. Because I was born in Alton, Illinois.
Where did you go to high school?
Okay, so I was born in Alton. I moved to Paducah, Kentucky, maybe when I was like 3, and I lived there predominantly my whole life.
You're from Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is Kentucky? I don't know if you can tell. I have a southern accent.
They have fried chicken there. Yeah.
That's right. No, that's not what I was asking.
Oh, okay.
My question was: is Kentucky the South? Because Paducah, Kentucky is not the South, right? It's
West Kentucky.
Yeah.
I think just because it's in Kentucky, it's considered South. People think Kentucky South. Kentucky South.
Because you're not a Southern.
I think it's like
man.
Mid-South. It's Mid-South.
It's Mid-South?
I think it's technically considered Mid-South. I think. Don't quote me on that. I know people are like, you're so stupid. It's not Mid-South.
I think it is Mid-South.
Yeah.
Because it's right in there between
Missouri,
it's right beside Illinois and Tennessee, right?
Well,
it's right in that little corner.
I trained in Illinois, actually. So Paducah, like 10 minutes north, you'd go to Brookport, Illinois.
Yeah, sure.
Which is like the most, probably the most.
You got to cross the river to get there, right?
Southern part of Illinois you could get.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to cross the river, and that's where I trained predominantly.
When I go home to Mississippi, I get on the highway and I go down 45.
I-24?
Well, I get on I-57.
57, yeah.
I go 57 and I hit Highway 45 in Paducah.
Yeah.
I go down through Martin, Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Paducah's the exact halfway point, so I always stop in Paducah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And ironically, there's a Popeyes right there where I stop at every single time. And I know they have KFC, but I like Popeyes better.
No, Popeyes is the best. It's funny because Paducah, especially in like the wrestling world, is like oddly famous.
Yeah.
I know The Rock always talks about how he beat Stone Cold one time in Paducah, Kentucky, or something like that. And I remember as a kid, they used to hold wrestling shows in Paducah, like little indie wrestling shows, and the guys would come and I'd go watch. And I think one of the guys, they were like, yeah, Macho Man used to come here back in the day and all the stuff. So like Paducah, for some reason, and also maybe because you got to travel when you're traveling through Nashville and St. Louis and Chicago and all those states, you kind of have to pass through there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah, you guys did a good job getting put where the highway is.
Yeah, the highway, like right off the highway.
You have to go right
looks
through.
Excellent. Like you start traveling a little more, and then you get in Paducah, Kentucky.
Are you the most famous professional wrestler from Kentucky?
From Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
from Paducah for sure.
Or Paducah, yeah.
I don't really know.
I'm the most famous person from West Point, Mississippi, but that don't mean much.
I don't know who.
I don't know who's actually from there and who's billed from there. Hillbilly Jim was from there. He was billed from.
I mean, a lot of people would say Hillbilly's more famous than Ricochet.
Yeah, but I don't even know if he's actually from there.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if he's from there.
He was like from Hog Wallop, Kentucky, or something. Something. I'm making that up.
That's 2 hours away from Kentucky. Paducah.
Was it Mudlick? It was Mudlick.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Is he actually from Kentucky? You. Look. Okay. Well, if you're gonna talk, okay. Who is this? Who is this guy?
Who's this guy?
Who the fuck? Okay. Anyway, let me go back to my idiot's questions.
I'm gonna say yes though to answer your question.
I'd say now you're going to get yourself in trouble because there's definitely going to turn out that like
For
Ric
sure.
Flair was.
I'm already getting
Ric Flair lived there for like 3 months back in the or somebody. Ricky Morton has a house.
Well, technically, Hulk Hogan lived there for a second.
Yeah. Al Snow runs over, shit like that.
Cool.
Let's see. Idiots questions here. Out of all the moves you do, what's the most difficult one? Is there one you're nervous about every time you attempt it?
He knows it's gonna be the double moonsault.
Yeah.
He knows it's going to be.
Do you want to look in the camera now and say, I told you when we got into this.
No.
You know what? I'm taking over the question. I asked the first 10.
Double moonsault.
I gave him 5. Now I'm asking the last 10.
But other than the double moonsault, there's really nothing that I'm iffy about.
You realize that, right?
Absolutely. It was
crazy.
crazy. That's why.
Why did you even ever
go
start
back and watch any clip of it?
Yeah.
You'll see me standing on the turnbuckle for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. All right, I guess I'm going to do it now. Yeah.
And then I go, because I'm really just getting the courage to do this crazy move that I don't know if I'm technically going to hit it or not. I'm just throwing my body.
Have you ever?
I knocked myself out actually one time
against
Matt Sydal in like 2007.
That was back when you were getting older.
I did. IWA Mid-South. I just let go of my tuck. I don't know, but I just landed on my head.
Yeah. And
I still finished the match. We did some other stuff, but I just remember being in the back afterwards.
I haven't done 2 backflips in my entire life.
Really?
You do it. You do it at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. On wrestling, we like to get to know our people. We
love
like for our fans to get to know our people.
Yeah.
So let's go outside the ring.
Oh.
All right. You get home. You have a weekend break. What TV you binging? What you watching?
It was Sopranos for a while.
Yeah.
Me and the fiance we finished it.
I've never watched it.
Oh man.
And I knew during COVID, we all got to catch up with. You don't have to treat me like that, man.
So good. I never watched it until just now either, so I can't really say.
So I binged The Wire during COVID. I chose The Wire instead of Sopranos, and I liked it. But I never got. I said, well, next one I'll do is Sopranos. I just never got around to it.
I will say it's so good. Me and Sam actually we want to watch it again so we can watch it.
Do it again.
We want to watch it under a different lens this time.
Yeah.
Because again, we went back and we watched Breaking Bad again, and that's what kind of got us. Then we watched Snowfall, and then after Snowfall, we were trying to find something, and then we started Sopranos, and it was so good. It's so good. I get why people talk so much about it. I understand now.
Well, I might dive into it.
But now we're watching Boardwalk Empire. We're trying to because it's similar.
It's knocking out all the HBO
shows. We're trying to get it.
You got one.
And Cobra Kai. We got Cobra Kai going on too.
Cobra Kai. They added an actress this season that I just can't stand.
Which one? Was it the girl or the
no? It's an actress. She's like a dentist or something.
I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even. It's not even that big of a deal. I wouldn't even worry about it.
No, that's okay.
What's your favorite movie of all time?
Just nostalgia again.
Anything.
Nostalgia-wise, growing up, it's so hard nowadays.
I don't have that problem.
Terminator 2 is up there for me.
Mm-hmm.
I love Judgment Day. But man, because this is a conversation me and my buddies talk about a lot, because I love the Spider-Man Far From Home. No,
sure.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home was great because it's just the time I spent watching all the Spider-Men and now having them all come together. It was just like a nostalgic feeling for me, and really just I was like, this is what I've been waiting for. So those go into it, but then you have like Tombstone. There's so
all right. Now we're
so
talking.
many good
now we're talking.
There's so many good movies.
Tombstone's also in my top 6.
Tombstone's it's got to be.
Yeah. And
what's your favorite movie ever?
Well, I have 2 answers to that.
Okay, I love it.
Best in Show.
Yeah.
Which is a mockumentary about dog shows.
I've heard, yeah.
And then Major League.
Major League's awesome.
Charlie Sheen. But my top 6 is Best in Show, Major League, Hot Shots. Yeah, it's a 1991 spoof of Top Gun featuring Charlie Sheen again. Apparently, I'm a Sheen guy.
I love it.
What was I talking about? Creed.
Yeah.
I think it's the best Rocky movie.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And then I said 6, right? Because I've only said 5.
Creed?
And I don't know what I'm missing. So,
man,
you don't like Creed like that?
I love Creed. But man, my favorite Rocky movie, man, it might have to.
I bet you like 4, don't you?
No, I like 4, but I don't know why I have a connection with just Balboa.
Yeah,
I really liked Balboa.
Oh, Rocky Balboa.
Yeah,
6th one.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked the fact that he was like, you can't tell me what I can and can't do. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna show you guys that I can do it no matter what you think.
So for me, when I was born, right, I was born in '79, and Rocky came out in '75.
Yeah.
And by the time I'm 4 years old, Rocky 3 comes out.
Yeah,
by the time I'm 7 years old, Rocky 4 comes out. So Rocky like dominates my childhood.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. So I watch all the movies because that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Kid, you got to watch them.
Absolutely.
And then in 2015, when Creed was coming out, I was like, no, that's a
this is
terrible
gonna
idea.
suck.
They're doing a movie about Apollo Creed's son. That's stupid. I'm not watching that. And then one night I'm sitting at home and said, well, I guess I'll give it a chance. I started for 15 minutes, and then Claire Huxtable shows up, and I'm like, well, I'm all the way in now. I'm all the way in if Claire Huxtable's in here.
Yeah.
And I watched it, and by the end, I'm just like standing up.
Yeah.
And when he gets off that stool in the last round, and
yeah, absolutely.
Fuck.
It's so good.
I love
It's
Creed.
very good.
Major League, Hot Shots, Creed, Tombstone, Best in Show, and That Thing You Do. Those are my 6.
Oh, That Thing You Do.
And that's
so
the most
good.
underrated movie of all time.
Man.
That's my 6. And
at the end,
I
she's
move
like,
them.
I wasted so many kisses on. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
kisses I
It's
thought
so
were
sad.
special. Yeah.
But she's like, you don't like.
But he was right there in front of her the whole time, Ricochet.
She doesn't seem helpless. She seems strong, even though she's sad. Oh.
She broke up with him quick though, didn't she?
But
She knew.
She
knew.
It was a process.
Yeah.
It was a process.
And she didn't know the love of her life was just standing right over there. Yeah.
Jimmy was stringing
was
her
an
along.
asshole.
He was an ass. As soon as he got fame, he
was handsome.
That Thing You Do had maybe in my top 5.
Yeah, I love that movie so much. And I don't know if I've ever met anybody that likes it.
Really?
Or loves it.
I'm about to say, no way. Because honestly, obviously the song That Thing You Do is good, but they have another song.
What do you mean? I have the whole album on Spotify. Listen to it on the way in.
They're not just one-hit wonders. They have another song.
Yeah,
really
the Dance with Me.
Yeah, they have.
Come on.
The Oneaters. They have a couple good ones.
Hey, that's Onetters.
The Onetters.
All right. Well, let's finish it off. You've been generous with your time. I appreciate that.
No, yeah, no worries.
But then again, where the hell else are we gonna go? It's the holidays. Ain't nothing going on out there.
We got traffic out there. That's where
Traffic's rough, isn't it?
You
like to come through Chicago?
I do. I mean, the traffic's not as bad as like an L.A. or New York or something. So yeah, I like Chicago. I've always liked Chicago. I've been
good wrestling town.
I've been coming to Chicago.
Good AEW
for
town.
years, whether it was AEW or whatever company.
How many W's you been in?
There's a lot of
You've
W's.
been in every W in the world.
There's so many W's.
How do
that
you remember
I've
all
wrestled.
of them?
I don't. A lot. That's
Okay.
why even now it's like
But you
AEW
dropped them all.
or yeah.
You dropped like IWA Mid-South earlier?
Oh, yeah, they ran in Chicago. They ran Joliet a lot. They ran Chicago a lot. They ran a lot of Chicago areas.
All right. Well, maybe.
And there's a company called Gali back in the day. It was
made
like
that up.
it was like a it was like a lucha libre company that I wrestled as Helios when I was in Chikara. But I'd come out to I spent a lot of time in Chicago. I remember I would have to work on Monday at like 5. Well, we had to be clocked in by 6 a.m.
Yeah. Clocked in?
We'd have to be clocked in before 6 a.m.
Okay.
Because 6 is like when we started working. And I remember on Sunday I had a show in Chicago, which is like 6 hours from Paducah.
Yeah.
Which ended at like 11:30.
So you had a 6-hour drive to get there
To go straight to work. I went straight to a 10-hour shift at
God.
a fiberglass factory.
God.
It was horrible.
Well, see, that's the shit.
But Chicago
That's
had to
the
do
people
it.
that make it, though.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
that do that shit.
Literally went. I think I got to work at like 5:45. And clocked in, took a Red Bull, and just went to work for 10 hours.
And then collapsed afterwards.
Collapsed.
All right. Well, this has been fantastic. I'll just ask you an open-ended question. You can take it however you want. We got Claudio Castagnoli in the Continental Classic
Yes.
in Chicago tomorrow night. But next 12 months, 18 months, where do you see Ricochet's career going?
Man. Going up. I think
That's smart.
yeah, I think up and away.
Yeah.
I see Ricochet being out of this world. No, yeah, I think again, like I said when we first got here, I think this is just the beginning. I've only been here for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and I've already feel like I've made a pretty good impact. I haven't been able to capture gold yet. It's still early, but the Continental Classic is my start to that. Is my way to move forward. Again, 12 months, 18 months down the line, I see Ricochet being one of the guys that is helping AEW, cross over into, other, media. But I feel like, I want to be one of those guys that help take it to that next level. I want to be one of those guys that AEW can lean on. I want to be one of the pillars. I want to be one of those guys. And I think, you give it that year, you give it that 18 months. I think that's exactly where he's going to be.
All right, very good. Thank you very much for stopping by. Anytime you guys are in Chicago, Rasslin, right? That's a good logo.
That's a great
good
logo.
logo.
Good colors. It's great.
Yeah, if the company invested at all, I'd give you a shirt, but they don't. They
a nice blue shirt with it's great.
I'll have you one next time. Probably won't though. I'm feeding you full of bullshit.
I'll make one.
Bring me one.
Bring one.
Bring me a wrestling shirt.
I'll bring.
That'd be nice. That's Ricochet, and that is Rasslin.